Hello everyone, I am Hashita Khelkar, currently pursuing Masters of Technology from International Institute of Professional Studies DAVU. This video is a part of my college assignment of the subject Information Security under the guidance of Dr. Shaligram Prajapat sir, and in this video we will discuss about the internal one solutions of the year 2023. So let's begin. First question is Shannon cipher. Shannon cipher refer to cryptographic systems that use a one-time password encryption technique developed by Claude Shannon in the 1940s. In this system, a message is encrypted by XORing it with a random key of the same length. The key is then used only once and never reused, hence the name one-time paid. One of the key properties of the one-time paid encryption technique is that it provides perfect security, also known as unconditional security. This means that the ciphertext provides no information about the plain text, regardless of the computational resources available to an attacker. Perfect security is achieved only when the key used in the encryption is truly random, has the same length as the message, and is used only once. The proof of perfect security for one-time paid encryption is based on the fact that the ciphertext has the same statistical properties as a truly random sequence. As a result, an attacker has no way of distinguishing the ciphertext from a random sequence and hence has no information about the plain text. Next is Kirchhoff's principle. Kirchhoff's principle, also known as the principle of open design, is a principle in cryptography that states that the security of a cryptographic system should not depend on the secrecy of the algorithm, but rather on the secrecy of the key. In other words, the secrecy of a cryptographic system should rely solely on the strength of the key, not on the obscurity of the algorithm. The modern interpretation of Kirchhoff's principle is that the security of a cryptographic system should not depend on the secrecy of the algorithm, but rather on the secrecy of the key. In other words, the security of a cryptographic system should rely solely on the key, which should be kept a secret and not on the algorithm or any other part of the system. This means that the algorithm should be made publicly available and subject to security by the cryptography community to ensure that it is secure. Distinguish question number 3. Distinguish with effective illustration, threat, vulnerability, and loss. What are the difference between security requirements of computer-based information systems and those of manual system using clerks and filing cabinets? Threat. A threat is any potential danger that could exploit a vulnerability and cause harm to a system or an organization. It can be intentional, such as hacker attempting to break into a network, or unintentional, such as a natural disaster that disrupts business operations. Threats can come from internal or external sources and can be intentional or accidental. Vulnerability. A vulnerability is a weakness in a system or an organization that can be exploited a threat to cause harm. To cause harm, vulnerabilities can arise from software flaws, human error, or a lack of security measures. They can be technical, such as misconfigured server, or non-technical, such as an employee who unwittingly gives out sensitive information. Loss. Loss refers to the harm or damage caused by a threat exploiting a vulnerability, such as the threat such as the theft of data or physical assets, or intangible, such as damage to reputation or loss of customer trust. The severity of the loss depends on the nature of the threat and vulnerability and the effectiveness of the security measures in place to prevent or mitigate the impact of an attack. The security requirements for computer-based information systems and manual systems using clerk and filing cabinets can differ significantly. Here are some key differences. Access control. Computer-based information systems typically require more sophisticated access control mechanism than manual systems. In a computer-based system, access can be restricted to specific users based on their roles or levels of authorization. This allows for greater control over who can access sensitive information. In a manual system, access control is typically limited to physical security measures such as locked filing cabinets or restricted access to the storage area. Data protection. Computer based information systems typically require more robust data protection measures than manual systems. Data can be encrypted, backed up, and stored offsite to protect against loss or theft. In contrast, manual systems may rely on physical security measures such as a locked filing cabinets or safes. Audit trail. Computer-based information systems typically have more detailed audit trails than manual systems. An audit trail records every action taken on the system, including who accessed what data and when. This helps to detect and prevent unauthorized access or data breaches. In a manual system, an audit trail is limited to physical records such as logbooks, which may be less detailed. Disaster recovery. Computer based information systems typically require more robust disaster recovery plans than manual systems. In the event of a disaster, data can be restored from backups and systems can be brought back online quickly. In a manual system, disaster recovery may involve physical recovery of documents from backup storage. Next, to suggest some malware analysis technique. Malware analysis techniques are constantly evolving as attackers come up with new ways to evade detection, and security professionals develop new methods to detect and analyze malicious code. Here are some recent malware analysis techniques. Dynamic analysis. Dynamic analysis involves running the malware in a controlled environment such as a virtual machine to observe its behavior. This can include monitoring network traffic, system calls, and file activity. Recent advancements in dynamic analysis techniques include using machine learning algorithms to detect malware behavior that is anomalous or characteristic of known malware families. Sandboxing. Sandboxing involves running the malware is an isolated environment that is separate from the host operating system. This can provide a safer way to analyze malware without risking infection of the host system. Recent advancements in sandboxing techniques include the use of hybrid sandboxing, which combines both the static and dynamic analysis techniques to improve detection rates and reduce false positives. Code emulation. Code emulation involves creating a virtual environment that emulates the target system on which the malware is designed to run. Recent advancements in code emulation include the use of advanced hardware level emulation techniques such as Intel's processor Trace PT technology, which allows for more detailed analysis of system events and instruction flow. Memory analysis. Memory analysis involves analyzing the memory of a system or process to detect and analyze malware. Recent advancements in memory analysis techniques include the use of machine learning algorithms to analyze memory dumps and identify patterns of behavior that are indicative of malware. Malware clustering. Malware clustering involves grouping similar malware samples together based on common characteristics such as code structure or behavior. Recent advancements in malware clustering techniques include the use of graph-based clustering algorithms, which can detect similarities in malware behavior that might not be apparent from code analysis alone. Fourth, illustrate the public key implementation of Ravis Shamin and Edelman with p equals to 7 and q equals to 11. So first of all, we take p equals to, it is given that p equals to 7 and q equals to 11. In the step 1, we include n equals to p into q, where n is called the modulus for encryption and decryption. Then we calculate n equals to p into q, that is 7 into 11, 77. Then we can calculate pi of n, p minus 1 into q minus 1. This is 60. Let us now choose relative prime e as 7. The primary key is e comma n, 7 comma 77. So ciphertext formula is c equals to m to the power e mod n. C equals to 97 mod 77 equals to 37. Then step 4, we have to find the private key d comma n, then de mod n, phi of n equals to 1. So 7d mod 60 equals to 1, which gives d equals to 43. So the private key is 43 comma 77. In the step 5, a ciphertext message C is decrypted using private key d comma n. To calculate plaintext m from the ciphertext C, following formula is used to get plaintext m. Formula is m equals to CD mod n 37 into 43 mod 77, which gives m equals to 9. So plain text 9 and the ciphertext equals to 37. Analyze statement and comment. Data security is maintained by four kind of controls: access, information flow, inference, and cryptographic controls. Acting together, they reduce but cannot eliminate the danger of compromise. The statement data security is maintained by four kinds of controls: access, information flow, inference, and cryptographic controls. Acting together, they reduce but cannot eliminate the danger of compromise. Highlights the different types of controls that are used to protect data and their limitations. Access controls are used to limit who has access to data and what they what they are used to prevent the unauthorized detection. Information flow controls are used to prevent data from being leaked or transmitted to unauthorized parties. Cryptographic controls are used to protect data by encrypting it. While these controls can reduce the risk of data compromise, they cannot completely eliminate it. It is important to have multiple layers of controls in place and to regularly review and update them to address new threats and vulnerabilities. Furthermore, the statement highlights the importance of a defense in depth approach to data security. By using a combination of access, information flow, inference, and cryptographic controls, organizations can improve their data security posture and reduce the risk of compromise. In conclusion, the statement accurately summarizes the importance of various steps of controls in maintaining data security, while also acknowledging their limitations. It highlights the need for a layered approach to data security, which is necessary in today's complex threat landscape. Fifth is explain following scenario of symmetric key crypto system. If the key is unknown, a cryptanalyst has three basic methods of attack: a ciphertext only attack, a known plain text attack, a chosen plain text attack. Since algorithm is public, so what is your opinion for consideration of key storage, key distribution, and key unpredictability? In a symmetric key crypto system, the same key is used for both encryption and decryption of data. So these are three main headings given in the question. Ciphertext only attack. In this attack, the attacker only has access to the encrypted ciphertext and must analyze it in order to try and reduce the key. This type of attack is typically the most difficult. Uh, Non plaintext attack. The attacker has access to both the encrypted ciphertext and the corresponding plaintext and can use this information to try and reduce the key. Chosen plaintext attack. In this attack, the attacker can choose the plaintext that is encrypted and observe the resulting ciphertext. The attacker can gather information that can be used so to reduce the key. In order to maintain the security of a symmetric key crypto system, it is important to consider this key storage, key distribution, key unpredictability. The key must in key storage the key must be stored securely to prevent unauthorized access. Uh, this involves hardware security module implementing appropriate access control. Key distribution: the key must be securely distributed to all parties that need to communicate using the crypto system. This may involve a secure key exchange protocol such as Diffie-Hellman key exchange protocol or a trusted third party to distribute the key. In key unpredictability, the key must be unpredictable to ensure that it cannot be easily guessed or deduced by an attacker. This involves using a key derivation function to generate the key from a shared secret. With the reference to DevOps, what is professionals' role in security and the trade-offs involved? In DevOps, professionals play a critical role in integrating security into the software development and deployment process. DevOps teams are responsible for delivering software at a faster pace, which can sometimes result in security being overlooked or deprioritized. Here are some key aspects of professional roles in security and the trade-offs involved. Security testing. DevOps professionals are responsible for ensuring that the software is secure by conducting various types of security testing, includes vulnerability assessments, penetration testing, and code analysis. To balance the need for security and the speed of delivery, security testing should be integrated into the continuous deployment (CI/CD) pipeline. automated as much as possible. Risk assessment. DevOps professionals should also perform a risk assessment to determine the level of security needed for the application or system. Risk assessment can help to prioritize security efforts and allocate resources effectively. Risk assessment can also be time consuming and can delay the delivery of software. Third one is security architecture. DevOps professionals should design and implement secure architecture for the software system. Designing a secure architecture can be complex and can require a significant amount of time and resources. Security awareness. DevOps professionals should also promote security awareness among their colleagues, customers, and other stakeholders. However, promoting security awareness can sometimes be challenging and may require a shift in mindset and control. In conclusion, DevOps professionals play a crucial role in integrating security into the system development process, and they must balance the need for security with the need for speed of delivery. And they must be aware of the trade-offs involved in security testing, risk assessment, security architecture, and security assessment. Make informed decisions based on the level of risk and the resource available. So that's it. Thank you.